Hi everyone, welcome to Make Better Business Decisions with Analytics. Grow with Google helps people grow their skills, careers, and businesses by offering free digital skills training and tools. My name is Kate Angelo. I am the Technology and Career Center Manager at the Long Branch Public Library, and I'm happy that you're joining us. Today we're going to discuss how you can make more strategic business decisions with the insights you gain from Google Analytics. Today we'll start with the basics of using Google Analytics to better drive your business decisions. During the first part of this class, we'll discuss what data is and how we use it to drive our business decisions. Then we'll go into the basics of setting up your Google Analytics account and how to start collecting data from your website. During the second part of this class, we'll review the questions that you should ask your data to better understand your customers. We'll also walk through the reports that help answer those questions. Be sure to look for part 2 of this session, where we'll discuss how to set up goals and events in analytics, different views and data filters such as dimensions and segments, and connecting your analytics account with your other Google products to maximize the insights gained from your data. Data makes your briefcase heavy. Insights make you rich. What this quote serves to remind us is that getting data is not the problem anymore. We have big data. If you're already using Google Analytics, data on your web presence is being collected as we speak. Google's opportunity with analytics is to take this huge amount of data and make it manageable for people, to enable them to interpret it. We need to find the interconnections, patterns, and themes, and build in context for genuine understanding. The ultimate goal is to provide actionable insight that you can use to prove or disprove a hypothesis. But first, we have to understand what an insight is and how we should approach using analytics on any platform. We should always look to use analytics to better understand our business and the goals we're trying to achieve. Viewing reports isn't enough. You need to know what you're looking for. Today, we're going to talk about how to use analytics to better grow your business, not to simply look at a bunch of numbers. First, let's define insights. Insights help you create more effective business solutions using strategies informed by real customer truths, whether they're brand strategies, creative ideas, product innovations, or media plans. The trouble is, insights are notoriously hard to pin down. Ask 100 people and you'll get 100 different definitions of an insight. What's clear is when businesses look to Google for help with finding insights, they are not just looking for data. Insights are based on data, but are novel, credible, and actionable enough for them to unlock new opportunities. A great insight is unexpected yet obvious. An insight must be able to inspire action. It must be useful. Before we go further, let's define terms in today's session. Data is info you obtain from users, like demographic information, behavior, and activity. Analytics are patterns or trends discovered in data. It's how you make sense of it all and uncover meaningful truths. Insights are the value you gain from data and analytics. Insights should be actionable and prescriptive. In other words, you know what to do next. Here's an example. Let's assume you have an e-commerce website. Data shows you had 1,500 site visits in the past 30 days. Analytics show that 30% accessed your site from mobile devices. Insights reveal that visitors using mobile devices are 60% more likely to convert. But if you're new to data and analytics, the reports can be overwhelming. Let's look at ways to use data to help make decisions instead of relying on gut instincts. This involves using tools to see patterns in customer usage. Before diving in, you need to identify goals so you can ask the right questions. Google Analytics is a free tool that, when set up, provides you with all the data you need to help understand your customers and make decisions based on insight. Ideally, your website leads the user from one page of useful content to the next until they finally convert. Building personalized experiences starts with a good data. Google Analytics can help you to better understand your audience and the insights their activity gives you, so you can make more strategic decisions for your business. Spend time with your user data and site analytics to find opportunities to customize experiences for users that drive additional value. Learn which search terms and sources drive the most traffic. To remedy a high bounce rate and a misalignment between your visitors and your website's content, examine in detail your visitors' interaction with your web pages, the nature of your traffic, and why those visitors are arriving at your website. See demographic information for your most profitable customers. Look for useful ways to segment your users. Rather than designing one experience for everyone or the average user, look for distinct groups that might have different wants, pain points, or behaviors. You may also begin to understand the characteristics of your most profitable audiences. Understand what content your audience is most interested in. Evaluating your traffic can help you identify who is and isn't finding your page content to be useful. It can also drive your decision-making when it comes to the content you decide to highlight on your website. Evaluate which channels drive the most conversions. Understanding where your traffic comes from and what drives their conversions on your website will help you make smarter advertising, content, and design decisions. To start collecting basic data from your website, first create or sign in to your analytics account. Go to g.co/analytics. Then do one of the following. To create an account, click Start for Free. To sign into your account, click Sign in to Analytics. Then set up a property in your Analytics account. A property represents your website or app and is the collection point in Analytics for the data from your site or app. Most of you will be setting up a property for your website. One of the most important steps in setting up your Google Analytics account is adding your tracking code so Google can begin tracking data on your website. Creating a property generates a Google Analytics ID that you'll need to embed in the back end of your website. At the end of the initial setup, you're automatically taken to the Tracking ID section of your Analytics property. For future reference, to find the tracking code, click Admin once you've signed into your Analytics account. Select an account from the menu in the Account column. Then, select a property from the menu in the Property column. This will most likely be your website. Under Property, click Tracking Info, Tracking Code. Your tracking ID is displayed at the top of the page. You will then need to locate on your specific website the place where your tracking ID belongs. If you use a content management site like Squarespace or Wix, you'll likely find the place to paste your ID within your website's admin settings. If you've built your own website or hired a developer to create it, you may need to use programming code in the form of a global site tag to the header of each page on your website. Remember, Google can't collect data before you've set up your account and added your tracking code to your website. So set this up as soon as possible after creating your website. You can access your Google Analytics account from either the desktop or a mobile device. Now that you know how to set up your Google Analytics account, let's dive into what you can learn from these new insights. I want to introduce you to Ava and Ricky. Ava and Ricky are small business owners who sell apparel through their online store. Up until now, Ava and Ricky have been making most of the big decisions for their e-commerce business from either their own gut instincts or ad hoc feedback from their existing and past customers. They have decided to set up Google Analytics to get a better understanding of what is and isn't working in their online store so they can make more strategic business decisions. We will use the Google Merchandise Store Analytics account to represent Ava and Ricky's e-commerce store. You can access this account from your own device so you can dig deeper into these reports and practice before setting up your own. You can find it at support.google.com/analytics/answer/636734 HL equals EN $. Sometimes making decisions on gut instinct works great, but it's almost always better to base decisions and actions on data. Many decisions could see improved results if data supported them. For example, Ava and Ricky would experiment with new t-shirt designs and then immediately add it to their website banner without collecting data from their audience on the need or desire for those designs and styles. Here we've included an image of 3 new t-shirts on the banner from the merchandise homepage. When sales were down for a particular item, they would put it on sale. Instead of cutting prices when sales were down, Ava and Ricky could have boosted visibility by advertising or trying different promotions, using the data to see if it helped. When Ava and Ricky started their e-commerce business, they assumed their customer base would primarily be females in the 35 to 44 age range and used that to drive marketing initiatives without collecting data. For your own business or website, here's how we recommend you get started. First, outline goals. The customer actions you care about the most. What outcomes do you want? What do you want to improve? One example is increase web traffic by 5%. Second, what questions do you need to ask? What info do you need to know to achieve your goals? Quick tip, the questions we ask about offline advertising campaigns often apply online too. And third, determine which tools and reports can help you get answers. Let's start with goals. Start with the outcome in mind. What do you want to happen? What are you trying to achieve? Everything you do should support your goals. There are many types of goals, like the simple example, increasing web traffic by 5%. But is that goal meaningful? Before we go any further, let's talk about what good business goals are. One way, use the SMART framework. Is the goal specific and detailed? Can you track this goal? How will you measure it? How will you know when you've accomplished it? Is this goal realistically attainable? Will this goal help you reach your business goals? Is it relevant to your business? When do you want to achieve this goal? Set a time frame. Ava and Ricky set a goal for their merchandise store to decrease shopping cart abandonment to less than 60%. They used analytics to find out how many users were adding items to their cart over a period of time. They compared that number to total transactions during that same time period to measure cart abandonment rate. As time went on, they made modifications to the checkout process to decrease that number. With each incremental change, they reviewed those numbers to see the effect. Ultimately, they were able to drive cart abandonment rate down to less than 45%. Different sites have different goals: online orders, leads generated, engagement, and more. So what are your own goals? Take a few minutes and write them down. Keep your goals in mind, and we'll keep referring to them throughout the workshop. For current business owners, think about the existing goals you might have for your business that you want to monitor and measure with Google Analytics. For those of you who haven't yet created your new website, what purpose do you think your website will serve? What conversion goals do you have based on the actions you'd like your customers to take? Feel free to write down a few ideas if you have a pen and paper or a digital document in front of you. Keep in mind, your website goals may become even more important if your primary business operations have been moved to the online space. Now that we defined goals, we can consider what questions to ask to meet them. Let's look at examples of questions to ask to help you get the answers you need. The framework you see represents stages of a business's relationship with customers. You ask questions and use answers to move customers through these stages. First, reach customers with methods like advertising, organic search, social media, and offline promotions. After they arrive, you need to engage them. Can they find what they're looking for? Then it's conversion time. The goal, help visitors complete important actions on your site. For example, they might buy a t-shirt, or submit a form with a question about a bulk order, or sign up for a newsletter. Ultimately, you want to sustain long-term relationships, get customers to return. This could be a rewards program, discounts. To recap, reach, questions ask, how do my customers find me? Engage, questions ask, what do they look at and engage with? Convert, questions ask, do visitors become customers? Sustain, questions ask, do my customers return? We'll revisit these questions as we dive deeper into the reports. So we have our goals and the questions we need to ask. What tools can help us answer those questions? Earlier, you learned how to set up your Google Analytics account, but now let's look at the reports that can help you to answer the questions you have about your audience. When you log into Analytics, the homepage gives you a summary of what's interesting about your data. These cards will show you information like overall traffic and conversions, users, revenue, conversion rate, sessions. You can click a metric to change the graph. The number of users on your site right now and which pages they're viewing, overall conversion rate, the channels by which you acquire users, site visitors by geographic location, user volume by day and hour. You can also create custom dashboards by clicking Customization. Dashboards are a collection of widgets that give you an overview of the reports and metrics you care about most. You can define widgets within the dashboard itself. A widget is a mini report that can display your data in a number of presentation styles, including simple numeric metrics, tables, and charts. Once you create and customize a dashboard, you can share it with others. Now that we've had a chance to review our home dashboard, let's look at the different types of insights available within Google Analytics. We know Google Analytics can seem complex and daunting, a million ways to mix and match segments to produce reports. This is an overview of the categories and how you can mix and match filters to produce those reports. These categories will match the types of reports you see in the menu to the left of your home dashboard. Real time shows the impact of marketing efforts in real time. Immediately and continuously monitor the effects that campaigns and site changes have. Audience reports provide insight into characteristics of your users, such as demographics, interests, geography, language and behavior, technology, and devices. Acquisition reports provide a window on your users' acquisition, behavior, conversion, or ABC cycle. Basically how you acquire users, behavior on site, and their conversion patterns. Behavior reports tell you how behavior varies between the new and returning users of your website. And conversion reports. A conversion is the completion of an activity that is important to the success of your business, such as a sign up for your email newsletter or a purchase. You can use these reports to see how all your channels work together to create sales. Real time shows the impact of marketing efforts in real time. Immediately and continuously monitor the effects that campaigns and site changes have. Here are a few highlights of the ways you might use real time. Determine if new and changed site content is being viewed. Determine if a one-day promotion drives traffic, which pages are viewed. Monitor immediate effects on site traffic from a blog or social post. Monitor goal completions as you test site changes. Ava and Ricky's business may have had the benefit of media coverage. When this occurs, it can be difficult to measure how that may affect traffic spikes on the site. Information allows Ava and Ricky to prep the site for possible traffic and forecast potential orders. From the beginning of their business, Ava and Ricky used real time to measure the traffic spike as media coverage ran. As they collected historical data, they were able to compare it to the number of orders while factoring in the reach of that particular exposure. Now they are able to accurately predict how many orders and traffic spikes to expect when they have an upcoming media release or radio appearance based on the size of the audience. Let's revisit those questions we suggested you ask to better understand your data. We'll start with reach. Think of reach as the people you want to visit your website and become your customers. Reach questions help you understand brand recognition and awareness and how people find you online. Back to Ava and Ricky's online merchandise store. If their goal is to increase online orders 10% this month, they might ask, how do people find us online? If customers can't find their business online, they can't place online orders. Think about other reach questions Ava and Ricky might ask. Do they have the correct name, address, and phone number published online? Is the website address easy to remember and type? If they have an email newsletter, do people open it, read it, click through it? Audience reports provide insight into who your audience is, such as demographics, interests, geography, language and behavior, technology, and devices. Business owners often have preconceived notions about who their audiences are. Google Analytics can help you learn more about your audience and potentially detect a mismatch. Ava and Ricky initially assumed their target audience was females aged 35 to 44. But what they can actually see from their demographics report is their largest audience is males aged 25 to 34. They can use that information to drive their marketing initiatives and future product development. Acquisition reports provide a window on users' acquisition behavior, conversion, or ABC cycle. Basically, how you acquire users, behavior on your site, and conversion patterns. See where traffic comes from and how channels perform. Ava and Ricky use acquisition reports to find out how people are discovering their online store or finding them through search. With this report, they can see the different sources of their traffic to include organic search, social media, and paid search. They can use info to drive site content, overall content strategy, Google Ads campaigns, and advertising affiliate content. Now let's talk about engagement and the reports that help us answer these questions. Engage questions involve discovering how or if people who find you interact with your site. Do they navigate to more than one page of your website? Do they watch your videos? Do they search for things on your site? Do they download PDF spec sheets? Do they look at your menu? Think about what other engage questions Ava and Ricky could ask. Can people easily find their products? Do people create accounts at checkout? Do people download coupons? Behavior flow reports visualize the path users travel one page or event to next. It helps you to discover what content keeps users engaged with your site and identify potential content issues. FYI, you must have set up and be tracking events before they appear in the behavior flow report. The more organized you are about setting up the event tracking code, the easier it is to use the events or pages and events views of the behavior flow report. You must also have set up content groupings before they appear in the report. In part 2 of this class, we'll discuss the process of setting up events in Google Analytics. Ava and Ricky use behavior flow to help guide them through any changes to the merchandise store that may affect the conversion funnel. This gives them a great view into the path people are taking on their site so they can identify any areas of efficiency in the conversion process. Let's now look at those conversion insights. Conversion turns site visitors into paying customers. Convert questions help you find out how or if that happens. Once people find you online, do they take further action? Do they purchase? Do they sign up for the newsletter, schedule an appointment? To meet their goals, Ava and Ricky can ask, how many online orders did we receive last month? Think about what other convert questions they could ask. Is it easy to order from the online store? What social media channels drive the most sales? Would coupons or sales help to increase orders? Conversion reports. A conversion is a completion of an important business activity like a purchase or lead. Use reports to see how all your channels work together toward conversions. Ava and Ricky use conversion reports quite a bit for their merchandise store. When they make a change to the site or products, they want to make sure it has positive effect on conversions. You never want to guess. They grab a report for a recent period, make the change on their site, then see how that change affects, or doesn't, their conversion percentage and or their average order value. For example, they started offering video messages to customers. This allowed their customers to upload a video message to a gift recipient that would be texted or emailed to the package recipient when the parcel service delivered the merchandise package to their door. It offered a cool way to add a personal touch from the gift giver, but it required an extra checkout step. Whenever you add a step, you risk decreasing conversions. People don't want to go through 20 steps to check out. They designed the step to be as efficient as possible, making it easy to skip and quick for someone who did want to use it. With each iteration of the feature, they measured the conversion percentage and adjusted accordingly. Other conversions you can measure include newsletter signups, forms submitted, appointments booked, or orders completed. Lastly, sustain turns customers into loyal customers who continue to interact with your business. Sustain questions help you understand what customers say about you online. Do they like your products and services? What they wish you did better, etc. To meet Ava and Ricky's goals for their merchandise store, they might ask, what are people saying about my business online? Let's think about other sustain questions they could ask. What color shirts would they like to see? Who are the loyal repeat customers and how can they be rewarded? Within your audience reports, the behavior report for new versus returning users can help you to gain valuable insight into the sustainability of your audience. If Ava and Ricky see that new visitors to their merchandise store are spending far more time on their site than returning visitors, they may decide to incentivize first-time visitors to return later. They could offer a coupon code to shoppers after they complete their first purchase. This data could also give insight into issues with the website or its content that may prevent customers from returning. So what did Ava and Ricky learn? By using Google Analytics, Ava and Ricky discovered that most of their gut instincts, which drove their business decisions, are wrong. Their top audience is 25 to 34-year-old males, not 35 to 44-year-old females as previously expected. They also discovered most of their traffic is coming from organic search, not their paid ads. Lastly, they're able to see that most of their purchases are from brand new customers and first-time visitors, not their loyal following, as previously assumed. So how can Ava and Ricky make better business decisions based on what they learned? By using Google Analytics, Ava and Ricky discovered their top audience is 25 to 34-year-old males. Right now, if their website is designed to be relatable to their assumed demographic, they may need to make a handful of changes to their website design. This may affect their ad strategy as well, both the audience they want to target in the future and promotions or imagery they use. This data might also be an indication of product changes they may need to make to better tailor their merchandise to a female audience and a variety of different age groups. By understanding that most of their traffic is actually coming from organic search, Ava and Ricky may want to review their search queries and update their ads for more effective search terms. They may also need to reevaluate their paid ads if they are proving ineffective. Ava and Ricky also learned that most of their paying customers are new visitors to their website. They may decide to offer a loyalty program or promotions for past customers to encourage repeat business. As we can see, Ava and Ricky learned much more about their target audience and how to form their future business decisions just by looking at their data within Google Analytics. We've covered a lot of information. Let's talk about what you should do next. Okay, now that you have your goals, identify the questions you need to ask. Remember to ask questions based on phases of customer engagement: reach, engage, convert, and sustain. Seek reports that can help you answer those questions. If you want to sharpen your business and marketing skills, check out Primer. This is a free app you can download to your phone. You can find it on Google Play or in the App Store. It has a series of short, fun lessons that are all less than 5 minutes each. You can access lessons specific to learning to work from home or do business online by visiting g.co/primer/from-home. If you really want to become an expert at Google Apps for Business, visit Skillshop. This was formerly called Academy for Ads. Skillshop is a one-stop training center for everyone who uses Google professional tools and solutions. There's training on Google Ads, Google Analytics, Google My Business, and more. The lessons here are categorized based on your experience. There's information perfect for beginners, intermediate, and even advanced users, and there's no charge for this training. You can find Skillshop by visiting g.co/Skillshop. And whether you sell online or in store, you can boost your business with a quick and easy evaluation of your retail website with Grow My Store from Google. Grow My Store scores retailers' websites and generates personalized reports with recommendations to help you improve the online experience you offer to your customers and grow your business. You can access Grow My Store by visiting g.co/growmystore. Another great resource is our quick help videos. Get answers and learn how to make the most of Google's tools in just a few minutes. You'll learn things like how to get your business listed on Google Search and Maps, how to create a YouTube channel for your business, and how to start a Google Meet conference. You can check out the playlist at g.co/grow/quick-help. Grow with Google is an initiative that helps people prepare for work, find jobs, and grow their business. Job seekers can grow their skills in order to find new jobs and advance their careers. Teachers can learn how to put the latest technology to work inside and outside of the classroom. Small business owners can build their online presence and find new customers. Startups can learn how to get their ideas the exposure they need to succeed. And developers can sharpen their current skills and master new ones. To learn more, visit google.com/grow. And finally, thank you for attending this workshop. Again, my name is Kate Angelo. I'm the manager of the Technology and Career Center at the Long Branch Public Library. And if you have any questions about anything that was discussed, you can reach out to the Technology and Career Center at the Long Branch Public Library at 732-222-3900. It's extension 2270, or visit our website and find our email addresses. Thank you.